Welcome to the JWK Show 2. Thank you for tuning in. A quick thank you to our sponsor, crypto exchange 2bit. We are running a campaign, and that is trade any crypto and earn XRP just by doing so. So definitely check that out if you guys are interested in free XRP. The link is in the description below, and the max you can get is 2,500 XRP for free. That's around $5,000, $6,000 at the current prices. Now, we do have an update on Stellar. We have Stellar attending a ton of different events. We have Stellar at the ADA Von, and they have said, "We all live in this crypto positive bubble. We want to see it succeed. The uncomfortable truth is that there's a lot of useless DeFi, just as confirmed by Ripple's CEO Brad Garlinghouse himself. We do have eventually 99% of cryptocurrencies going away, and as we said, the cryptocurrencies that will survive will be the ones with most utility and most likely the ISO token. So luckily for us, this includes both XRP and XLM. We have the Stellar team also cooking at Casa Stellar. We have awesome products coming together so fast. These are the photos. We do have another event as well, and that is the EF DevCon event. We have from Boundless, everyone, but especially to those who are still recovering from our Najee Damascaras with Zarian, Stellar, and my Osin. We have photos over here. Stellar attending the event. There we go. And we have the Stellar ecosystem this week being talked about on SCF Demo Day. And we have on LinkedIn at 11 a.m. ET, Aerial Technology, Normal Fi, Trustless Work, and other entities speaking with Stellar on LinkedIn. So definitely check that out, SCF Demo Day. And we do have the Miami event coming in December 4th. And we have a panel, Can Privacy and Openness Coexist? We have Boundless Wormhole speaking at the event alongside with moderator Jason Karsh, Chief Marketing Officer at the Stellar Development Foundation, discussing the best combination of privacy and openness to life. We have the Australian digital dollar AUDD surpassing $1 billion in organic transaction on the Stellar network. We have stablecoins, many different stablecoins on top of the Stellar network, which means that we will see a lot of value transacting through Stellar using XLM. And we do have a couple of new videos from Stellar as well. Let's take a look at this one.
One of the things that's really important about open networks as well, so if I just think about open source, is that you have lots of people all around the world who are building to make sure that the code is right, to make sure that if the code remains competitive, that the outcomes are right. You don't just have one opinionated body that's going to tell you what you should and shouldn't do. That's a really important part of openness, which lots of people forget. And so when you have a permission network, it's very similar to what happens today with traditional financial infrastructure. A lot of times this is closed code that they're using. And when you have closed code, it's upgraded from time to time, but it's upgraded by a very opinionated body. The same could be true with a private network. And so you need to just be mindful that the best way is for that interoperability layer. One of the things that's really...
So we have both a public and private ledger for XRP, and eventually we could see private ledgers and public ledgers connecting to each other, the price of XRP being reflected on the private towards the public, which is a high XRP price points. And we have from Layer 0 Core, we have billion settled trust codified. Let's take a look at this.
Last month, we did 38.
Keep in mind, they do have a partnership with Stellar.
$billion of volume, which is about 5 times what Western Union does in a month. It's about 2.5 times Wise. You're like, really moving more money than most institutions in the entire world around moving specifically like cross-chain, cross-border transaction. And then the other thing, we had 2 individual transactions, one for 550 million and one for 800 million. And I realized that I have no idea who did them, right? Like no clue, no, absolutely no idea. So one, it's awesome to see like this level of trust in the underlying protocol, in the architecture, and now it's being used in production, that somebody is sending $800 million in a single transaction. But 2, on the other part, and people ask me, because Layer 0 is a real...
Right, instantaneously and for fractions of a penny. This is the power of blockchain technology.
It really is a messaging layer. It is very important, not a bridge. What that means is the asset issuer, all of the movement of that, so it's just updating a ledger. It's just burn 800 million here, mint 800 million there. It's for just a couple of bytes. You move them over, and that's it. Last month,
eventually we will see this happening, but with billions of dollars every single day. And lastly, we have the Genius Act. We have regulations for stablecoins, and we had the Genius Act turn privacy from a nice to have into a requirement for institutions exploring blockchain, and Stellar is uniquely positioned to meet that moment. So privacy is also very important as well, which is why we have these banks releasing their own coin.
I think that it's true that everything is royally fucked right now
That's an elegant way of wrapping this.
Yeah, but I don't agree that the fact that everything is royally fucked up from an identity perspective and oversharing means that we need to accept the type of leakage that happens in information on chain right now. And so I think both you and I would talk a lot with enterprises, and I think that now post Genius Act, a lot of the traditional financial institutions that are coming to the table are really interested in privacy, and they're serious about it.
That is why Zcash went parabolic during the last month.
It's still challenging because you ask them what privacy means for them. They don't actually have a great answer, and we're trying to help them figure this out. But there has never been a better time than right now to try and figure this out, because obviously there's a lot of room for scalability and improved security with tech, but I think that a lot of the ZK stuff is already there. FHE is becoming kind of more viable, and there's enough to work on right now.
That is it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one.